Hey everyone, this program is called Rebuild 2. It's developer software. Basically takes your software project from beginning to end. It uses heavily on batch file programming. So if you're not familiar with batch files, you'll need to be really good at programming batch files for this to really be super effective. So basically, there's just a rebuild INI file which holds all these settings. All of them can be renamed and created. You can add more of these. These are all custom names of mine. And then, of course, the compression profile is all made up. And then, of course, you have your description. And that should basically tell you everything you need to know about your build of your project. And this will, when you hit create, it will combine the settings you've set with the batch file you've specified. You can have a different batch file for each program if you want, but I have everything in one batch file. So the purpose, let's say I have a bug or I have a typo or I'm updating documentation I left out the first time. This takes, and I have conceptualized how I wanted to use this program to where there's the original area of the program where it's created. Then I have a staging area or a work area, let's say, and then I have a final documentation area where I keep all the current documentation and the zip file I use to upload. You can have the different staging areas however you want inside the batch file, but that's what I've done. So you would basically, any special thing you wanted your batch file to do, you just specify some kind of name to what it does, like recompile. And this is all pre-compression. Parameter X is pre-compression. So you would just tell it anything you wanted it to do. I've got some protection schemes I need to create or use on my exe before it's compressed. Or my DOS programs, I have a DOS protection program. So you'd use that in this section. And then your post-compression, say once it's compressed, or if it's not, you basically, for me, I want to zip it up. But you could have the Windows 7 I think Express. That's a built-in install package. Or there's a whole number of different install packages you could have here, but I just use a simple zip file. Okay, you would pick your compression or no compression, and then you would hit create. So if I hit recompile, it'll recompile. Let's put some compression on it. Let's use some UPX, and then you just hit create, which combines the batch file and the settings you have here to a batch file with, it'll say project 01, then it'll have the date and time. So you hit create and then run. And once it did all the batch file stuff, it quickly goes away. But in this box right here, it dumps the console output in your Windows program. But I've also made a log file with the zip file. So you can have several different methods of dumping the content, so you can see. I've also have need the SHA-1 for my website. I put that in there, so it's all everything has its protection scheme, and it all bundles everything together into a zip file to immediately upload. So you can see how fast and easy this is going to be, and I'll attach another section to show actual program in action. But there is a lot of different steps you can specify for the batch file to work on different aspects of your program and that kind of thing. But you can see how much of a time saver this is going to be. If I did all this by hand, it would be maybe 10-15 minutes, but it does it in 40 seconds. So it does have a plug-in for UPX. I think I might add the maybe code in there to make so you can make your own if you like, but this just uses like searches for any UPX that it can, and then you can just specify the compression here or random filters, compress resource or not, and set that as default. It just makes a UPX batch file, and that can be detected in your main batch file in some way. So that's the basics of it. If you're interested in purchasing this product, either shoot me an email and we can work something out, or it just depends on how many people I get to that are interested to offer it to people. So give me an email, shoot me an email if you're interested, and that's it for Rebuild 2.